Hey everybody, just a quick update. As most of you know, I am long-winded, and hopefully this ain't an hour to explain a 2-minute deals. But yes, we are moving trivia back to Wednesday nights starting next week, which I believe is the 17th. If you think I'd know, I just created the thumbnail for it or the whatever it is. But instead of at 9 o'clock, we're going to do it at 8 o'clock, and we may mess around, push it forward or backwards as needed. But there were a few people that do come in that live overseas. So if I can like move it around to suit them and us Americans, then we will. But yeah, right now it's going to be at Wednesdays at 8 o'clock Eastern time, as a celebration of us coming back to Wednesdays. I will be giving away, or we will be giving away, four $25 gift certificates, regardless if one person shows up or 100. And I actually may do a few more than that, even just depending on how many people come in. And, I'm going to try to build this up back to where it was, sort of thing. And I'm on cloud nine about this, to be honest. But it's still going to be, for me, quote unquote, a hobby and not a commitment. To me, this is easy, a couple hours of blowing off steam. And we're even exploring the possibility of doing this more than once a week. And it may not be trivia, like say 2 or 3 times. This is, probably down the road once, something, or we establish something or decide what's going on or get some feedback. But I had a lot of feedback last week, and just from the week before to this week, we already doubled subscribers. So yeah, for me, it's worth it. But I've always said that, I don't care if it's 1 or 100 or a million, because I enjoy doing it. It's fun. I love the interactions and get away from the, and I've already, really distanced myself from a lot of, topics that I, would do just for my own well-being and health. And I don't know how long that's going to be, maybe permanent, because I'm having a ball, my head straight. I've had, a lot of positive support, especially in the background. I've actually, even with as bad as and many screw ups as I had in the desmoid tumor video, I've had people that that reached out, to my email account that are dealing with this. And one has, a spouse that is dealing with it. And just, it's nice that, I could help at least one person, but now to have a few more than that, just to start even on a bad video. But anyway, so next Wednesday night at 8 p.m. for now. We may even do maybe a 6 o'clock or a 7 o'clock start, or even go back to 9 o'clock. Like I said, we're going to mess around with the time. We don't care who's doing what, everywhere else. I mean, as far as, atheist streams or the alphabet community streams and stuff like that. This is like totally independent and just a break away from it. Last night was a ball, to be honest. Then getting up and getting a few messages about something else. Just, oh yeah, okay, yep. Because we were actually thinking about moving it back to Wednesdays at 8. Just because for me it's convenient. I just, you get done with the weekend, and then, Monday and Tuesday night you're doing it. I just like that midweek feel, even though I don't work. I remember that, just to get over that hump, so that might, help some people get over the hump, or just, whatever. But yeah, regardless of how well this does or doesn't do, this is going to stay Wednesday nights. And I should have just left it, here to begin with, to be honest. And even if I took a big hit, because I just know other people can't recreate what I did. Not that this was the greatest thing in the world, but yeah, it produced a lot, regardless of what's being said, quote unquote failure or not. If it was a failure, just kind of, a stab. If it was such a failure, why would somebody try to recreate what I did and I built by myself, even though it was whatever channel that was, I can't remember, sort of thing. So, I mean, that actually made me feel good. I don't, have any ill will whatsoever. And I might, and I keep getting asked this, and I'm debating it. to do a video of what happened for that. And just like last time, I didn't want to do when I got drug into that one to that. So I don't know if I will do one per se. Maybe one really quick. What my version, what we get real quick with me. But yeah, just how I saw it, and what had happened, sort of thing. Thought about trying to get my community page going on my channel. I don't even know if I want to do that. Like I said, I don't even promote this, but I did ask somebody to I don't know if I've already said this in this. Sorry if I had, but I've asked somebody to co-host with me regularly. I don't know if they're wanting to commit to that or not. I'm not going to mention who it is right now until it happens. But whoever I get to co-host, because I just think it might be a little easier for it. I've got two people in mind. I've already asked one. I respect their opinion. I respect not some. Yeah, I'll leave that, because as soon as I say that, everybody's going to think they know who it is. But anyway, so it won't be assholes trivia. It won't be anyone. It would be our show. Whoever I get to co-host, they'll have just as much input as I do on this. They will, and obviously I'm going to ask somebody that I do trust and respect, somebody that I feel that if we come to, some kind of sort of disagreement with, what to do at the show, what the direction of the show is going, and not worry about, how to get people to give you money, sort of thing. Because that's never been an issue with me to get paid. This is fun. This ain't about subs, and I may have to break down and, start promoting a bit, just to build this up. I haven't done that. I've just let it do its thing. And like I said, in 1 week, it's already doubled. Not saying next week will be the same way, especially moving to another night. But yeah, for those that were inconvenienced from going from Wednesdays to Tuesdays and then back to Wednesdays, most of you I've already, talked to about possibly moving it, and you're all great with it as long as we have it and, it doesn't interfere with, things that people are doing. So yeah, join us next Wednesday night at 8:00 p.m. Eastern time. We will be giving away at least, and I might be by myself next week, depending on what's going on, if I get an answer back or that whole sort of thing. But yeah, we're going to still maintain the pretty much not a strict, but, no religion, no politics, no alphabet community stuff, no, anything like that might cause a fight or disruptions. And once again, the only really rule to being eligible for any of the four, because I don't know if I'm going to do them all at once, or I'll probably do one every so often. So if I do, we're planning on doing the same thing, a 2-hour block. So I may do one like a half hour into the show, which is going to kind of suck, because if I don't have a co-host, then I'm going to have to try to set the wheel up by myself and talk for a half hour. And really, I'm not even sure how much trivia we'll get to, next week. Because like I said, it's going to be a celebration, and you may get a floor show from me. Who knows, sort of thing. But so it'd be like it starts today. So I do one at 8:30, one at 9, one at 9:30, and one right at 10 o'clock. I may do it that way. But if somebody accepts, doing a co-host with me, I'll talk with them and see how they feel we should do. But the only eligibility is to be there at the time of the card drawing for this week, next week. Usually I'll, whoever been in there or who was just in there had to leave, I'll still put them on the wheel and spin it. They participated, sort of thing. Because I can't, as a solo guy especially, and I had to, who was it? Beck on, and I think even Missing Mod was on or around, and they were keeping a track of who was in there, and then they would write it down, and they actually did the wheel, sort of thing. And doing a co-host thing, it's probably going to be 1 week I may read the questions. Just that format hasn't, I'm not even quite there yet, but for now it'll probably stay the same where I read it. But if you're there, like say at 9 o'clock drawing, I'll ask everybody, see who's there still. So really, if you're there, all 2 hours, you have a chance of at least, winning one of 4 gift cards, or actually all of them, possible. Bill, Beck won it 2 weeks in a row. Dave won it 2 weeks in a row. All that. So yeah, this is already about 10 minutes. I'll leave it at that, and hope to see a lot of you there, and look forward to the growth of this, whether, I get to 5 or 10 regulars opposed to what I used to have. Thank you for listening, and have a great week.